We've already talked about ways you can get involved in deer management, but there's one more way, and it's a big one. New this year is the formation of stakeholder groups called County Deer Advisory Councils. And here to tell us about them is Rob Bowman. He's the chairman of the Wisconsin Conservation Congress. Rob, what's the makeup of these councils?
The members of the council are basically made up of somebody that represents the transportation, somebody from agricultural, somebody from forestry, somebody from the tribes in the northern counties. We have a member from the Conservation Congress delegate, who typically the chair or somebody, one of the local delegates in that committee. We also have the secretary being another Congress delegate as well. And then we have some liaisons from the department, which will be law enforcement, forestry, and biologists to assist these councils. The councils are to work with the public and listen to the public and work on their management perspective, goal perspectives in their county, whether that's to increase the deer herd, decrease the deer herd, or stabilize the deer herd. They're getting their information from the metrics that are in each county. Those metrics are basically the past kills, past harvest numbers, whether it's archery, firearms, muzzle loading, a youth hunt. They're also going to look at population objectives as far as where is it at. Right now, a lot of counties are at 15 deer per square mile, 20 deer per square mile, 25 deer per square mile. They're going to look at the history from the last 15 to 20 years in each county to make recommendations on if they want to increase, stabilize, or decrease the deer herd. Those recommendations will be presented to the department. The department will take those recommendations before the board. The department will also be bringing their own recommendations to the board, and the Natural Resources Board will have the opportunity to weigh the options and make the final decision. The meeting in September was basically an introduction and to go over their charges in each county. The meetings in October, when they met in October, was to make their recommendations on increase, decrease, or stabilize the deer herd. They'll be meeting again in December, and then meeting again in January or February. Their recommendations go to the department. The department will review those recommendations. They will then forward it on to the Natural Resources Board, along with the department's recommendations. The board will look at the recommendations coming from the councils and the department and make their final recommendations for each county. The public is welcome to every meeting. My intent is to have the final recommendations coming out of these councils to be presented to the public and get any final input that the public may have, and if they need to make some final changes to the recommendations, they can do so next spring before it goes to the board. The public has an opportunity, if they don't attend the meetings, to voice their opinion. They can have the opportunity to go online. If they go to the Department of Natural Resources website and punch in CDAC, which stands for County Deer Advisory Councils, that'll bring them to the webpage, and there'll be an opportunity for them to go on there and they can comment on there as well.
So what's your hope for the outcome of this process?
The biggest thing is putting management back into the public. We've heard for years that the public wasn't satisfied. They weren't happy with the deer season structures that we've had in the past, especially down in the CWD areas. We had hunters that we were listening to the complaints. Now we're giving the public an opportunity to be a part of the process and to be a partner. Work with the Congress, work with the department, and be partners. It's our natural resources. Let's work together with the natural resources.